Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this new session of Google Digital Garage. Today we are going to present you Create Video for YouTube. My name is Francois, and I'm one of the trainer for Google's free skills training program, Google Digital Garage. So just a bit about myself. I'm an experienced IT consultant and trainer, and as well as having a background in online collaboration and digital marketing, I worked with corporations from the US, Europe, and UK, small, large, and medium. So in the past 20 years, I just love to share my knowledge about technology. I would also like to introduce Sarah, who is with you in the forum at the moment. Sarah is going to be our moderator, and she can help us to answer all your questions, as well as sending me the difficult questions or the one that we have time to, it's better to say verbally, basically. So quick housekeeping before we get started. Firstly, if you are having trouble viewing this webinar right now, please don't panic. You just have to refresh your page. It does happen. Internet has a tendency of going fast and slow depending where we are. If you would like to join the chat, it means that not just some of you are talking, you may feel that you want to really participate. If you don't see the text box, it's because you're not logged in. So please make sure that you have your YouTube account, you are logged in, and then you can participate with the chat. We'll be pausing throughout the session so that we can answer the most complex question, as I said. So please send them to the chat as you go. Don't keep them all for later, because then we will have only limited time. So just send them in the chat already as we are going to progress. And to start with, I would love to know where you're all connecting from. If you are already a YouTuber, are you a content creator, everything like this, because we want to get to know you better. It's so much more interesting for me and Sarah to be able to chat live with you and also using real life example. So now that we have done with the housekeeping, let's look at our agenda today. So at the end of this presentation, you should be able to find your niche. At least it will be much clearer for you. Even if you don't know what it is, you will be able to do the research. And then, of course, create engaging content. I'm sure you all came here because you have an idea of something, but you're not really sure how to get started. And then finally, getting discovered, because it's not just enough to push your content out there if nobody is there to read it. So we will help you to look how you could get discovered, and also tracking is very important. Okay, let's get into the heart of the topic. And before, again, I'm going to give you a link, because you can actually have one of us on a one-on-one mentoring available from Google. You can book us, and that's really a service that is amazing, because you can have dedicated time from us looking at your business. So if you are UK based, for now it's only UK, please register to this website, g.co/UK mentoring. And then you can book a time with one of us, Digital Garage Coach. All right, welcome to the few people coming up right now. I can hear that there's even people from Canada. We have people from Asia. All of these people, you can absolutely watch it. It's all available to you. The only thing is the little one-on-one mentoring will not be. But I'm sure the topic of making video is going to be, YouTube is going to be very useful. So YouTube, first of all, why are we even going on YouTube? Well, because remember that it's the second largest search engine behind Google. So over 2 billion logged in users every month are going to be on YouTube. Every day, people are watching billions of hours of video. And even per hour, you have per day, more likely, you have 500 hours of video uploaded every minute. Get my figures right. Every minute, 500 of video, 500 hours. So amazing park that you have, an amazing playground where you can put all your videos and get noticed. So being present on YouTube gives you a new voice and an opportunity to connect to audiences that maybe you didn't have available before. And it's always useful to find out what we want to do on YouTube, right? We're going to talk a lot about this very soon. But let's look at the YouTube values, because these are the 4 essential values of freedom in YouTube. And you're going to see how you could actually use them for your business. It's an amazing space because you have freedom of expression. So freedom of expression, YouTube people can express themselves and share their story with the world. The idea that everyone has something important to say. So that's really crucial in the heart of YouTube. We have then the freedom of information. Everyone should have easy, open access to information, and that video is the powerful force for education, for building understanding, documenting world events, for instance, big or small, right? It can be absolutely any kind of event. And then if you have a passion, just put it on YouTube. It's available and it's the freedom of information. There are no silly passions, so anybody can post on it. Freedom of opportunity on YouTube, anyone can follow their passion, as I said, and create something that everyone can watch. Everyone will have the opportunity to be discovered, to build a business and succeed on their own term. And then people on the receiving end, they are not gatekeepers. They're going to help you to decide if you are popular. Freedom to belong as well. Everyone should be able to find communities of support, break down barriers, transcend borders, and come together around shared interest and passion. So these 4 values are really essential to everyone, because you will see that it will help you to bring any ideas in video and in YouTube. So the first point that we want to really nail down is are you going to find your niche? So if you're not familiar with the term, first of all, a niche is going to be what your product or services is going to solve in the world. But a niche is something that is what makes you special, what makes you unique. So identifying the foundation of your channel, a channel is where you're going to push your videos on YouTube, is going to help you to create content. And the content that you enjoy, you are passionate, and you hope, of course, that people are going to be passionate. And it's very likely, because there is always someone who is the same as you, is like-minded people. So important keywords here: what, why, and who. What is your channel about? It's for you to describe very clearly what the channel is going to talk about, why you are creating content. Is it to be fun? Is it to receive or to have potential work? Is it to document your experience, to share your experience? You need to have a focus. You have a hobby, yes, and maybe this focus is the hobby, right? And then finally, the who. So who is not about you, it's about your audience. Who is going to watch your content? This will help you to decide the tone and the style of your videos. So creating a full and rounded idea is what you are doing, why you want to do it, and who you are aiming at. It will help you to really focus your attention and then create the best content that you can for this audience exactly. All right, let's start with defining our passion, right? So you have a passion, you have something very strong in you, you're very fond of something, you're very excited, very enthusiastic about something. How are you going to make it clear so that the what has been defined? So what is your channel going to be about? So one of the best things in YouTube is to engage with and to grow the community, no matter what you are passionate about, right? So whatever topic it is, if it's in comedy, in sports, in fashion, in gaming, in food, in dogs, in animals, everybody has passion. You can just communicate on it. So through our YouTube, you have the power to connect with a large and diverse audience with exactly the same passion as you, really. So think of it. What are your values and beliefs? What are you passionate about? but also what is your story? People love to hear about story. A lot of what we do in digital marketing is just stories. And if you're not sure what you want from your channel to be yet, then search through content you enjoy and see what people are talking about. You can also do some research, what is trending there, how people are getting inspiration on YouTube. Just find out what is going to be interesting for others, and then apply it to yours, to your channel. One of the best key ingredients to success is being passionate about what you make. So the first step is really to decide what your channel is going to be about. I know it sounds a little bit repetitive, but it's super important. So this is about the what, okay? So now that you know your what, well, let's go ahead and define the why. Why are you here? Why are you on YouTube? Identify your goal. And goal is a word that we're going to use a lot in this presentation because it's the heart of everything you do. And you will see a lot of presentation at Google Digital Garage. We always talk about goals. If you don't have a goal, then people are going to be confused. Let's look at this example here. Mama Sherry. So I want to inspire people to love and cook soul food. That's a very clear goal, but that's the goal that they are putting for YouTube, right? For being there. And they have some subscribers. Everybody who subscribes is because they reflect, they relate to it. Super Sorrow, I want to create a community of adult nostalgic toy collectors. Very clear goal. And finally, we have, I want to share my passion for cleaning cars. It's very clear, and I was going to say clean. It's very clear what they want, right? It's not about passion about cars or passion about, brightness of a car, making it look really clean. So think of your why and try to define your own goal. So activities for you is going to be to go away and think of your what and why. But I'm sure that for some of you, it comes up straight away naturally because you already thought about it. It's maybe your own business or yourself as the brand. So you already know and you can write it on the chat. So please share it with us. Your what and your why is not your unique selling point. So people are going to be inspired by it, but it doesn't mean they're going to do the same as you. And again, sharing is caring, because if someone takes it, it means you are not fast enough. You will have to do your own marketing plan as well, and go out there on YouTube, and we are here to help you. All right, the next step is define your audience. So you know your what, you know your why, you have your goal very clear, but now who is going to watch my videos? So you need to define your audiences. So all these pictures that you see is not just to be trendy, it's because you can actually identify with your customer. You're going to create what we call persona. And so when you go ahead and you talk to people, you talk to your audience, they're going to tell you why they like your video. They may tell you that they like your style, they like what you are showing, they like the products, they like the way you talk, the critics that you may do about products, things like this. And so you can have the persona of this ideal audience, and you think of them every time you do a video. You're like, I'm writing for Eric, I'm writing for Sarah. And it will be really like this. So audience is very key, to know them, but not just the age, not just the gender, not just the parental status. You can see that one has a kid here. It's important to know a lot more factor. Of course, you don't know it very precisely, but there will be tools to help you doing this. Knowing where they live, knowing the household income, the behavior of interest. So it means, what do? Do they spend 2 hours on YouTube a week? Or do they spend 2 hours a day? Do they wake up and they turn on YouTube? Or do they do that at night? Things like this. Do they like pets? Do they like history? Are they into sports? And then what do they watch exactly? Is it because they want to be entertained? Or is it because they want a solution to problems that they may have? So getting to know your audience, super important. And let's talk about persona even more. On the right, you can see see this example. We called him Rohan. We evaluate that he's 27. So it means that my ideal persona audience, he could be someone like Rohan, someone who works 9 to 5. He's in the UK, car enthusiast. He really likes his car, takes pride of it, but he goes to YouTube to learn. So that's a really important one, right? Because if he goes to my channel, it's not to have fun. It's because he wants to learn something out of it. He's got 2 kids and very short of time. So you could reflect a lot of time. What is he going to learn on your channel? He has to be exactly straight to the point, giving him some really clear solution. So personas, I really encourage you to do lots of work on persona, including just going on Google and typing persona, persona builder, help with persona, how to build a persona. And you will see it's actually a work that is not boring, it's quite fun. So now that we have our what, why, and who, we can go ahead and get into understanding the link between all this, because the link is going to bring us into creating the video, right? When we have all this, we need to be ready and showcase the tips. So let's see if we have some questions in our chat. It might be a little bit early. We know by experience that you see maybe 4 or 5 slides, and then it's kind of overwhelming because you have to think. So the question may be early, no problem, because we have more pause later. So I'm just going to say hello to Elaine in Canada. We have Annie from Germany, Nayan, I hope I pronounced correctly, and Nayan from Bangladesh. And we have more apparently, more coming up from this beginning of the session. I'm going to go to the next step. And as I said, we have more questions later. So keep them coming, because we are keeping them, we are accumulating them, so we can all answer together later. Okay, the next step is about creating engaging content. So remember, we have done the preliminary, which is what, why, and who. So now we need to write the content, but of course we're going to use it from the preliminary points. So we have what, why, who, right? So we are going to write engaging content exactly for this audience. But we need to do it from the planning to strategy, and even including the equipment that we need. Let's have a look. So activity. What are you going to think? What do you think makes engaging YouTube content? So this is for you. If you can go to the chat and just tell us, like, what is engaging to you? Is certain type of video more engaging? So there are some keywords that I would love to see in the chat. Some recurrent YouTube video that we have all seen, and usually is the answer. What kind of a YouTube, what kind of a video type you would like? And then from your answer, we can discuss that a bit later. But one way to, we all like different things, as you can imagine. So I was going to say one keyword coming up, what makes content engaging. One keyword coming up is going to be what videos like TED Talk, right? TED Talk, a lot of people would answer that because they became so famous as being informative, engaging, and really we learn something out of it. And it's not too boring as well. So it could be something like this. So think of it of the one that makes it engaging to you. Because the great thing is there are so many different ways and simple and effective way to get your audience feeling the same as you do about your content. So if you like some content, you will learn techniques to make it quite engaging in yours as well. Newest trend, yes, that's great. Newest, we like the very scarcity effect, right? Something that has just been published right now. And then for some people, yes, video, YouTube about mental health, because it's all about learning, I suppose. So you all have different ways of reaching out, and how to is all about knowledge. How to video, very popular. We'll go in later into talking about analytics, and you'll see which one are very popular. So what are the steps now for you to create engaging content? The first one is research and plan. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have time for that. But you will see that research will give you a very strong foundation for engaging the content. So it means that you research, you want to write about a content, but you first have to research to see if the content is actually relevant for your audience. And then you're going to plan your content to make it creating easier. You will definitely save time in the long run when you plan it. An hour of planning can save 10 hours of doing. If you were just quickly recording yourself and doing it from time to time, and I have done this when I didn't have any planification, any methodology, it was actually taking me much more longer. So research and plan is very key. Then, of course, the equipment ready. So we're going to talk about this. What kind of equipment can we get? Is it expensive? Do I need to have an expensive equipment? You'll see that the answer is no, of course, but you will see how to and why some have different equipment. And finally, we go ahead and we create the content. But what do we do in the content? What are the words? What are the sentences that are interesting and very important? It's really important because we are going to do try and error, of course. We're going to try content and we're going to see how it reacts, but then we can change it, we can increase it later. And finally, we organize and edit. Everything we are creating, we need to first organize it, edit it, and then we may publish it. Okay, next we're going to look at the research. So as I said, each one of these points is going to go into detail. So research, you need to get your audience inspired. So being well informed can kickstart your creative process. It's really interesting to see that is the first point. Get inspired. You need to see that. How do you get inspired yourself? Well, you can look at the market. You can look at competitor. What are they doing? What are they talking about? You can listen to experts and then you can talk about. Listen to expert and someone who has experience and learn from their story. What you are going to learn, you can actually deliver it again. You can analyze the news, as I said, the market, the trends, and then current events. As you can see the screenshots on the right-hand side, we have tools for that. We have Think with Google, which is going to help you to find my audience. Find my audience in the tool Think with Google is a great tool. It's really good for research because you will find data we are exploring to know what is trendy at the moment, but also what is forward-looking in terms of like what, for instance, behind the scene and digital campaign across all industry, what is actually talking and being watched at the moment. Another tool is Google Trends. Google Trends is not just for YouTube, it's for all the platform. It means what is really popular, what are people searching on over time. And it will help you to find out that, for instance, unboxing is a typical keyword every year in the month of November and December, very related to a certain event over there. You will find it will help you to find out that maybe umbrella is not such a great idea in the middle of August. So you will find keywords like this and see what is trendy in which country and what time of the year. But you already have within your channel, people are going to use YouTube search traffic. It's going to allow you to see what searches directly is going to be directed to your viewers. And within YouTube, you have a tool called YouTube Analytics. And Analytics, it lets you monitor the performance of your channel, your videos and content with up-to-date metrics and reports. So it means that we will know people arriving to your channel, how long they're staying, are they watching, are they just leaving, are they returning, or are they just new visitors? So it means that they actually didn't subscribe or never watched the video, but they just visit once and then they go. And it really has an impact on your next videos. The right type of content for you. One-off video, is it a one-off video or is it regular short? Is it going to be a longer form or a series of video? They all have different style. Of course, a lot of them, the difference is in the duration, right? So one-off video, for instance, you just have something to say, you want to say it once, and then you won't have a follow-up. You won't have a series of video of just this topic. It's fine. This is what you have to say. It's very quick, impactful hit. Short video is something that is under 3 minutes. It's a great way to have this always on your channel so people can watch it very quickly, and then maybe it will give them appetite to watch the longer version. And then of course, longer form video, a video that is over 3 minutes. It would be something like a live stream, like we're doing today, interviews, podcasts, maybe a whole documentary of your business, of a customer. Something like this is called longer form video. And finally, series. So series takes as long as you want. You can have a series of 2 episodes, a series of 12 episodes, just like on Netflix. Series is a variety of videos that connects together. There is a link between part 1 and part 2 and part 3, but it's really up to you to make them as a series. You may also just start a one-off video, and then in the second video, decide that this is actually now a series, and I'm going to do a series of 3 one-off video, and they become series. So think of like what kind of format you want to use. So when deciding what content works best for you, then refer back to your goals. So remember the why you are creating content. It can be helpful to create a release schedule, right? So it means that we need to be organized. We need to schedule it. So release schedule, it means how many videos are you planning to release in 1 week? Are you going to plan to release 3 videos this week and then nothing in 6 weeks? Or you need to have regularity, better regularity, of course. What day of the week? Will you rotate content type? So rotating is a term that is used a lot. So some creators rotate content type throughout the week. An example of this, for instance, is posting a very lightweight vlog, so video log or vlogs. And they will post it on Tuesday, for instance, and then they post the higher production on Friday. So you kind of like give a teaser on Tuesday, and then on Friday you have the full spectrum of the video and people are really looking forward to it. Or you show a problem on Tuesday, but then you actually give the longer solution on Friday. So again, when you link content to specific days, so for instance, you may have Tech Review Tuesday because it rhymes, or you have the T, and then you have Fun Facts Friday. You can have, what is it called? We used to have Happy Wednesdays in some organization. Every Wednesday, they would publish a video that was really uplifting and really happy. So think of release schedule, and everybody in the team will be abiding to it and preparing for it. So now let's structure your story. So we talked about video being stories. So a story always has a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? But in videos, we're going to use a hook because otherwise people drop. So within the first few seconds, you need to hook the person to say, stay here, and then I'm going to give you the meat of the video, which is the middle. So when they are engaged, then you're really going to talk about the problem and your solution. And the end is the call to action, or CTA. So call to action is always, what do we want them to do at the end of this seminar, of this video, or this webinar? Of course, a video is just talking, you may think, but it's actually a lot of writing, right? So we are writing for video. Creators do this in various ways. It could be as simple as just a page with talking points. We have bullet list, and then you just freely go and talk like this. It could be a full script, and if you have a full script, maybe you have a prompter machine, and then you just read the full script, but make sure that your eyes are on the camera. So your prompter will be quite behind the camera almost. If you're looking to create a scripted machine, yeah, you can find lots of templates online. We may drop you some links for templates, or you can just find templates for scripted video. And they are really good because they help you to know the timing and when you have to start speaking and stop, and maybe do some demonstration in the middle. But the main and most important thing is that it's best to write with your own flair and voice. Don't try to pretend to be someone or a politician or someone who is not who you are. If you're a politician, speak as a politician. But if you are a singer who is very relaxed and all that, just speak like this. That's how people want to hear you. So speak directly to your audience, write the way that you should say. So if you have a way of saying, just write the same way, and then your audience will understand it the same. They're not going to read your script, right? They're going to hear you. So you have to be yourself. And of course, rehearse, and repeat. So read your script out loud. You can recall yourself, you check yourself, maybe read it even to someone. You will make changes, and you just learn by repetition. So if you make changes, read the changes again, and then you will nail it. Okay, once you have the dialogue that is clear, then you need to develop your story shot by shot. So it's good to use techniques or template, like a film storyboard, for instance. A film storyboard is going to give you scene by scene what is going to happen in a movie. Well, it's the same in YouTube. You can have different scenes, and you can have changes of camera, because you're going to pause in the middle, stop that video, and then maybe go to another one. So quite important to have a flow, but write it down really, and consider for all of this the detail. For each of these scenes, consider the visual. Are you going to have audio? Are you going to have special effects? Some noises coming up? Are you going to have accessories? You may have a crew as well. Do you need some help? Do you need people who are going to help you with some lighting? They're going to hold some microphone if you're really more professional like this. You may have some all this to plan so that you become more and more professional, and your audience is going to love it. So with all this research and this planning done, the next thing is, of course, the equipment, because we just mentioned, do you need people? Do you need a crew? Well, actually, you all know that you can already start with what you have. So you can start with the minimum, which is a mobile phone maybe, or a video camera that you have, maybe an SLR, a bit more advanced. The lens will be quite good. Or you can just start with your laptop or your phone, as I said. So video camera, technology is evolving all the time, and most camera phones have really good resolution nowadays. But just think of mounting it on a tripod. That's quite important, because you don't want it to be shaky. So make sure that it's on a tripod, on a stand, so that it's really quite professional. Lighting now. Lighting is really important, because you need to be facing your audience, and they need to see you. They need to be able to understand you correctly. So we're going to see that, in fact, in the next slide as well. Okay, enhance your video. So as I said, stand light, so you can have a selfie light like this. They are quite affordable nowadays. Sometimes you can even find a light at home, and then you just put it in the right position. If you have a window next to you, even better. Turn your laptop, turn your computer or your phone towards back to the window, because then your face will be in the natural light. Videos really like natural light, and it works much better. Microphone, of course, we need to enhance it. So maybe having an external microphone would be really useful. And then video editing software. We want to edit this video. We don't want to just put it out there. It could be, sometimes it works as well, but it's good to have video editing. So as you get more experience with it, learn how to edit your video. Some video editing may have a price tag next to it, but there are lots that are free. And you will get better at this. At the beginning, maybe your video will be not edited, and that's fine. You acquire your audience, but from time to time, you will add more editing, and your audience will like it. So top tip to think about now. Let's consider what can be seen. So imagine that I'm filming myself, and then I don't realize that behind me, I have a rubbish bag, right? Maybe I have a hanger with clothes. Maybe I have some posters in my bedroom. You don't know where I am. It could be a little bit interpreted by your audience. And they may say like, well, I like the way this guy talk and all that, but I don't get it. How can he talk about being organized and being productive when he's really messy in his home or in his office? So choose the space carefully. Try to find a room with maybe clothes on the wall or carpet on the floor, because then you will avoid echoes. So for instance, if you're in a bathroom and it's just walls, you will definitely have echo and it could be a problem. So a lot of people, especially during pandemic, were actually doing their recording in the wardrobe. Wardrobes are really good because of the amount of clothing, and it really doesn't give us echo and it feels good on the sound. Camera position, finally, think about the movement. How are you going to position your camera? Consider the angles, the movement. Consider that, yes, it's really taking the person who you are, but again, there may be something in the background. How will this affect the sound as well? Because depending where is your camera, the microphone is going to be on the camera, on the device. So consider recording audio separately, maybe. Maybe you want to film yourself and then later you will add the audio. Use a free audio app, maybe like we can send you some link like RecForge and Recorder Plus. These tools allow you to have the audio separate and then later we put them together with a separate device. And all this, as you can see, is not costly at all. So 5 steps to do the basic edit. Basic editing means when you go into a software and you want to start modifying things. So the best time to start thinking about editing is actually during the writing phase. By envisioning that your edit goes early, you can already anticipate what you're going to record and how it's going to look. It usually makes it easier for you when you sit down, you edit, and you know exactly what you have to do because you knew your goal. So you know the clear vision of what you're trying to achieve. Therefore, you're going to present your story better. So there isn't a single method for editing, but many creators follow a workflow similar to this. First, they import and organize their footage. So it means they label it correctly. They're all going to be files maybe, so use them, put them into folders, so that it's really meaningful. You can record them on your smartphone, but it's the same, just give them a proper naming, use some apps that are going to help you to organize it. And then review and place your favorite clips in the right footage. For example, you can mark the position where you want to add the sound effect. So you could mark it. Some people some creative are going to record themselves, and every time there's a little clip that they want to insert, they may hold something very visible to the camera, or they may just go very close to the camera because they know that this effect is a signal for them, so that during the editing it will be easier to find it. So at this stage, what you will have to do is to trim the clip, delete the entire clip maybe, and then position them all together. And you know that then you just have to remove your marker. And in exchange, you will just add visuals, sound effect, maybe insert some things in the middle of your recording. And most importantly, check your sound. You will be able to check your sound, increase the audio, increase the volume, or maybe the other way. If I'm too close to my microphone, then I will have to reduce it. Make color correction as well. If I was in a place that the lighting wasn't very good, or what, I can change the coloring. I can make myself a little bit darker or lighter. It would help so that everything is quite uniform. And then the last step is you export and you upload your video. So export means you export from your software, whatever software you're using. You usually will export it in a format that YouTube can understand, so that it makes it easier for the upload. And uploading is the action of going to send this file to YouTube for then publishing it. Okay, we have just arrived to our question point, and let's see. Thank you so much. I can see there is a lot more. So We have Elaine. Is it important for your face to be part of your channel? That's a good question. I'm going to say it depends. Imagine if you're a business, you have a channel, you're not going to show your face on the channel exactly, because you're going to talk about products and you can have 1 or 2 or 10 people talking about products. So we don't just put the face of the one person. If you are, however, a single person and you're an influencer in your brand and you want to have your brand push forward using you as the key character, then yes, it will be your face, very likely. So it depends. You will see that a lot of brands even have characters. They have the face of someone, because there's nothing better than relating to the individual. So even huge brands, right? You will see that they do the story of Kevin, and Kevin is maybe a computer programmer, and Kevin is we are following the life of Kevin for 15 days, and there's like different shots every 2 days. They are posting the new life of Kevin. That's the character, and people can identify to this. Oh, I can see there's a question for Kevin, but it wasn't linked to this. So Kevin, do you recommend not using AI generated voices to read our script to our audiences? Right. So again, everything we are telling you here is the Google Digital Garage slides. However, what I'm giving you here is my advice, and I'm sure Sarah has already commented on this. My advice is very linked to the slide as well, is be authentic. So use your own voice. And if your own voice, you feel that there's something that is not professional enough, maybe there's a slight twerk and there's an accent, there's something that you kind of like, I'm not sure my audience will like it. Well, first of all, test it. You literally test it. You see on a channel and you see how people are reacting. Otherwise, you do use professional. You can use some amazing professional voices that are going to be aligned to your service or your product. AI generated voices, I know they're getting much better. They're getting really amazing. I mean, I've heard some interviews using AI generated voices. So it could be the future, but I would still say for now that the human behind is going to be key. Um, Okay, we have a question from Nation. I find that some video use music to capture the viewer. How do you pick the right music? Right, that's an interesting one. So it depends on your video, of course. So it depends on the mood that you want to bring to your video and to what you are telling your audience. The right music is the one that your audience is going to relate to. So if you have worked on your persona, you know that you have a what was the name of our person earlier? You know that you have this person, and he was really into it wasn't Kevin this time. It was Rohan. And you know that Rohan is likes cars, and he goes into online forums, but he really goes to car shows. Well, maybe I would just put music that they are playing in the car shows, because it's related to the product, to the service that I'm trying to show to this audience. Finding the right music it's not very tangible, so you really have to test it, and even to ask your audience, ask in a comment to say, all right, today I have picked this music, but up to you. Okay, we are actually really good on time. That's fantastic today. And I'm checking if there's more question. I think we are good. So I'm going to give you the next step. Get discover and track your success. So after you have done your content creation, you know your goal, you know that you know exactly what you are, you have recorded your video, you have edited it, so you're really ready. And then you're like, well, I don't know if people are watching it. So final section today is going to highlight the simple ways to help your content to be discovered, and also how you can track it. Tracking is something we do all the time in digital marketing. So we want to enhance your video discovery. So first, to enhance it, we're going to use keywords. So we're going to look at this: keywords, searchable, tags, and how to promote it. So once you upload your video, we need to add all this. It's important to include the searchable video title. It's important to have a nice description, a tag, and then of course we want people to find it. And sometimes, they're not going to type the exact word to find it. So how do we push that to the audience? So first of all, the keywords. Keywords, I'm sure if you have attended another webinar, we talk about keywords all the time. YouTube, remember, is the second biggest search engine. So people type, they just type words, and they type maybe phrases, but they would type 2 or 3 words. We use that and we call it keywords. Look at this on the screenshot on the right-hand side. We can already guess, we can suggest what people are going to type after car cleaning. So you can use this to find keywords that are going to be embedded within your video description, right? So with YouTube, it's important to have an optimization of your video, an optimization that we call SEO, so search engine optimization. The most common terms like how and reviews is a good way to connect to your viewers. So you're going to use these words to make sure that your viewers are connecting to you and to your videos. They're going to be like, how to fix my car, how to clean my car. It makes sense, and it's just common logic. They will be interested. And again, you go back to Google Trends or to the search suggestion, so you can find keywords that you can use. But another tool you may use is called Keyword Planner. Keyword Planner is now part of Google Ads. So you open Google Ads Keyword Planner, and you will be able to identify your popular keywords and also all the synonyms. So if you type car cleaning, it's going to give you all the various synonyms. I'm having problem with these words today, so that you can use them in your description. In addition to keywords, we want to have searchable titles and descriptions. So look at this 3 example. They are reinforcing the important words, and they are sometimes even reinforcing the brands. So you can put your brands again here because it's going to be about easy dessert recipe. That's what they do all the time. So they are showing that this post, this video is going to be about this. So mini lemon meringue, all these are keywords they're going to use all the time. So reinforce the important words. What are the important words of this video? So in some of them, for instance, is Star Wars reaction, 10 steps or how to. I did tell you that how to or how do I fix is always really important. So numbers are really crucial as well. They're really working well. If we say 5 tips for, that works really well. Step now, we're going to look at video tags. YouTube provides you for free as always some video tags. So it means that me as a viewer, I can view a video and I see the tags. I may be tempted at the end of the video or in the middle to click already on the tag, and it takes me to a list of videos. If you have yourself tags on your own video, you will benefit from people finding you this way. So very, very useful. Try to find a list of tags, not too many, right? Don't just tag stuff them, because it will not help you. In fact, it will be considered negative, but just make something that is meaningful for the video. So keep it simple. Use the tag during the video upload. When you upload it, there will be a field that says, okay, what tag do you want to add? And then you can have some tags. Quick tip, consider information not communicated in the title and description. It means that we're not going to repeat what the title is. So in this case, right, we have Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Black Series. They could type again Marvel Legends, Star Wars. Instead, they just put the hashtag of the toy haul so that it can be found like this, and then the hashtag shopping haul. So you just add additional information to your description and your title. And then building community. So you may have noticed that in YouTube, you can now have community. People love to share. They love to share about passion. They love something and they want the world to know about it because they may be an authority in it. So just activate your community, the community tab here, and then people will be able to chat. But also integrate your channel with your website, integrate it and share it on social media, mention it on your email and anywhere you are visible online. Make sure that it doesn't stay quiet so that people know about it. Add links to your email, to your video, to your blogs as well. So if you write a blog, just embed or add a link to it. You can share teaser across your social pages. So it means you're not going to share the 20-minute video, but you share a teaser of 20 seconds. You can also have buttons on YouTube. Can you see in the banner here? You have buttons that goes to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. They're actually they are active links. So that's more visibility for your audience to go and visit your website, to go and visit your other social media. And then finally, we want to promote it, right? So once we have all our channel, we have lots of videos, we need to promote it. So don't forget to add the links to, in this case, to your Instagram. Don't forget to add it to your Facebook, to your Twitter. Just add the links because people will come up from all over the place. You don't know, not yet, we will find out. You don't know yet how they're going to arrive. So it'll be good to have the links because they're not necessarily going to search for you and for your videos on YouTube. So you need to be quite incentive and give them. So for instance, MoMA Sherry here, they've done it by promoting the YouTube channel, their channel on other platform, right? So they've done things really well. They have all the LinkedIn bio, they have a link to YouTube. On the right is Facebook, it's a short screenshot from Facebook. But on the right, you can also see a post. So there's a link to YouTube and there is a post, which is the YouTube embedded into a social media. Okay, what happens now? We have posted, we have promoted, we have lots of people visiting our page, our channel, our videos. But if we don't monitor it, we don't know. We just know, okay, there is like 500 visits on this video. But what would be more pertinent would be to know and find out what is driving them to my channel. So I mean, what kind of content are driving viewers to the channel? Using Google Analytics would help, but you don't even have to go all the way. You can just go to YouTube Analytics. So it means that now analytics are also part of YouTube. You will be able to see an overview of your channel with the watch time, the views, of course, your subscribers, that's the minimum you can get already on your page, on your channel. And from that, it tells you when they are visiting, what day was more important, what hours was more important, and are they watching the full video or are they dropping out? Are they returning? Is it new people or just the existing subscribers? Maybe if it's just existing subscriber, it means you're not being seen by new visitors, new potential audience. So look at all analytics within YouTube Analytics. I do need to tell you that YouTube Analytics is in beta, and therefore to access it, you need to be on your business account. To understand what we are measuring, the success on YouTube is not just the like and the counts. So a lot of people think it's how many people I have following. That's what my son was telling me. He was like, what? You only have 200 followers. And I'm like, well, it doesn't really, it's not exactly that. It depends. Again, it depends on your goal. If your goal is to have a number of followers, if your goal is to have likes, great. If your goal is to have people in a new country and you want to check in the analytics and you just want to see the impression, for instance, how many times your video has been seen, then you will measure this. So goals are really important and they have to be smart goals as well. You need to say, my goal is going to be to have click-through rate to increase this by 50% within the next maybe 3 weeks, right? You will have this results if you know what you're looking for. If your goal is the average view duration, then you won't compare it with the number of followers. followers, because it won't be the same KPI, key performance indicator. So once we have the results, we can adapt and change the content. So we know what people are watching, we know what people are doing on my page, on my channel. So then we can continue producing new videos and adapting it for this audience that is actually maybe not the same I had at the beginning. So then I'm like, that's interesting. I see a lot of people from Northern Ireland visiting. I'm going to change the way I speak, maybe the way I deliver as well. So I'm going to tell them that now you have new products and new services. It could be. So trends can change, and don't be afraid to try something new. All right, I'm going to check for questions again. We have, what is the best way to get affiliate monetization? So affiliate monetization is going to, the best way, first of all, is, not sure if the question means how do I get affiliation? So it means affiliate. To explain to everyone, affiliate is just the fact of having links on your site, and when someone clicks on it, on your site or your YouTube channel, by the way, every video you have a description, you click on the link, and the link will go to a site, and you get a percentage out of it. The best way to do the affiliation and the partnership is to contact the companies directly, because on their website they will have affiliation, and they will have maybe a form to register so that you can become an affiliate. Now, to have people to click on your video, what is very simple is everything we've done today, is to have the right content so that you can really speak to your audience, and your audience will be like, this is super interesting, I'm going to click on it. And thank you, Sarah, who has posted some links that are really useful because they are right to the answer as well. All right. What is next for you now? So we talked about finding the niche, identifying the what, why, who. So you really need to take some time and do and capture all this into a plan. Then you need to create engaging content. You need to take your time to research and plan. This is really important step. Once you have your research and plan, you go ahead and you create, you choose the right type of content, you create it, you edit it, and you be consistent. You speak with the same tone of voice. You speak to your audience the way your audience is going to be receptive. And then you want to get discovered, so don't forget the detail. A lot of videos on YouTube, unfortunately, didn't go through this kind of learning, so they just post. And then they realize they don't have likes, they don't have followers, they don't have monetization, because they don't have any SEO, they don't have keywords, they are not being found. So very important. But again, don't be afraid of trying new things, new content. So you try an error, you try it out, you see what happens, and then you change it. You try new things, and you be open to your audience as well. You just say like, okay, I'm going to change my style this time because we want to, we realize that we need to speak to you. What are your next steps? Thank you so much for watching this webinar. The next step is you could have a one-on-one with one of us, so that it's not too generic on YouTube, for instance, producing videos on YouTube for every business, but it will be for your business. So if you are a chocolate business in a street, you don't really know what to do as videos, well, we can help you and really speak individually to you and come up with some ideas. And a lot of the time, the creativity and the ideas are coming from you, but we are helping you to do the coaching. Thank you so much for watching this session today. We are finishing right on time, and for your participation, that was fantastic. I advise you to check the next webinars and your emails for invitation, because you are a fantastic audience. It was quite entertaining for me, and I shall see you very soon. I'll speak to you very soon. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.